Parmesan is like the basic bitch of cheeses. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate probably from the Italians for saying this.
Today we're gonna have a cheese experience. A cheese experience, I don't know how to explain what a cheese experience is because I've never done a cheese experience, but it's with a cheese connoisseur, someone who knows a lot about cheese. His name is Hisham Nazer and he's got his own thing going on with the cheese, so let's go have a cheesy experience. Hisham!
Yo!
What's up?
Yeah,
This is Hisham, our cheese connoisseur. This is the guy that's going to take us through the cheese
guy.
Let's go.
Yalla.
Okay, so what are all these cheeses? Because I see so many cheeses and all I know is like feta cheese.
That's something more of a variety.
That's all I know about cheese.
Feta, we have a Brie. It's a Brie de Meaux, which is kind of the traditional way, French way of making Brie. We have an Ossau Iraty, which is a sheep milk cheese made from France. We have a Manchego, which is another sheep milk cheese from Spain. Okay. We have a Comte, which is a very famous French cheese. And then we have a Cheddar. This one I would say is the most commercial out of all of them. It's not the traditional way of making cheddar, but I wanted you to be able to taste the differences between something more artisanal versus something more commercial. And then we have here, it's a fresh goat cheese and everyone's favorite blue cheese.
Everyone's favorite.
That's sarcastic. It's not everyone's favorite at all.
It's the smelliest one.
It is the smelliest one. But it's usually the most interesting.
And what's this? It looks like this one's like wrapped.
This one is wrapped.
This is like
this one we'll save it for last, and then we'll.
This is the ultimate surprise.
It's not the ultimate. It's one of the surprises I have planned for you today.
Okay.
Should we start with the
disgusting one?
Please respect the cheese. I want you to tell me some of like the flavors that you're tasting. Right. I was supposed to tell you to smell it before, but you just kind of went for it. Because
I already smell it, bro.
You could smell it from when you walked in the room.
Literally, I was like, what the fuck is this smell? I've had this cheese before and I hated it. It has a really strong aftertaste. It tastes like, it tastes like it would let out like green air when you talk. You know?
But cheese breath is a real thing. Cheese breath. I always have gum in my pocket for this exact reason.
But this one specifically.
So actually, they actually make holes for the air to come through, and then the mold's already there, so it grows into kind of those air pockets that they poke.
Okay.
Everyone says, "Oh, mold's disgusting." It's actually the same mold that they make penicillin out of.
Which is like medicine.
Like
so this is like healthy.
It is healthy. So they say cheese, if made in the traditional way, can have the same benefits of any fermented food, where there are living microbes in the cheese that could contribute to a better gut health. So next we're gonna go for the goat cheese.
I like goat cheese.
Yeah, so this one is fresh goat cheese. It's covered in ash, so they use the ash kind of as a way to preserve the cheese.
Okay.
So this one you'll see it's gonna be very kind of like tangy, not a lot of complex flavors because it's not aged. Cheers.
I already knew I was gonna like it.
Yeah.
It's like in between cheese and yogurt. Give me the goat cheese. Give me the fucking goat cheese. That's what I'm about. Okay. Now we're going to the real shit.
Yo, so now actually I want you to try the goat cheese with one of the jams. Yeah, so there's 4 different jams. So one is a sour cherry and one is a blueberry lavender.
I'm more of a blueberry guy. Wow. That's what the blue cheese needed.
Yeah? You want to try it again, the blue cheese with...
No.
So usually when I'm trying to choose a cheese pairing, so I'll taste the cheese first.
Okay.
I'll try to see what like flavors and notes that I taste within the cheese, and then I'm gonna try to choose something either that hides it if I think they're unpleasant flavors, or that complements it if I think that they're pleasant flavors. So let's say we try a cheese that has floral notes, I might pair it with a jam that also has floral notes just to enhance the floral notes in the cheese. Before we move on to the next one, I do have a very famous cheese here, which is the raclette.
Raclette.
Which, as you know, is supposed to be eaten melted. So raclette actually comes from a French word which means to scrape, because they used to traditionally heat it on like the fire top.
Oh yeah.
And as it gets crumbly, they use it in fondue. But it's like raclette is it's a meal that they usually eat with potatoes and like the pickles. They heat it on the wood fire, at least that's how they did traditionally, and they would scrape it off onto the potatoes.
Got you.
But I don't have anything to heat it with, so I was thinking I'll try to put it in the oven.
Let's fucking put it in
the
broiler
oven and see what happens.
So
this is an experiment.
Here.
I've never done this before.
It looks like cake.
It does look like cake.
Oh my days! It looks like cheesecake.
We're just gonna put it under the broiler for 5 minutes. 10 minutes. We'll check in on this in a bit.
Let's do that.
So actually, we're gonna taste two cheeses now. So one is the Manchego, which I told you is a sheep cheese from La Mancha region in Spain.
Okay.
And this is an Ossau Iraty, which is also a sheep cheese, but from France.
Okay.
I want you to try them both and tell me if you can notice a difference between, two cheeses made from the same milk type. So we'll try the Manchego first. Do you like it?
It's always the touch of Spain. The
Spanish
the Spanish sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, I mean,
We'll taste it alone,
France is up for a big competition right now.
and then we'll taste the Ossau Iraty.
Oh wait. Oh wait. I never thought I'd ever say this.
Right?
But for the first time in my life,
The French one.
I think the French.
So I think the Ossau Iraty
Spanish.
is definitely creamier.
This is so fucking good.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite cheeses.
Wow.
And traditionally, it's paired with
Jam.
sour cherries.
Oh.
So this is a sour cherry jam.
Yes.
So I want you to try
Give me that jam.
a bite with the sour cherry jam.
Okay. This
And
is
it'll just
insanely
definitely
good.
elevate all of the flavors that are in there. You're not even gonna go
Wow.
back to You're not even gonna go back to the Manchego.
Yeah. Wow. It just tastes like if savory and sweet
Right?
had was on a good level. That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely super creamy. I really like the texture.
Yeah, why don't they use this on pizza and everything?
So not every cheese melts well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's depending on the moisture content and the fat content, it affects how the cheese melts.
Good.
Speaking of melts, I'm just gonna have to get it out of the oven. You can see how it's super
I love the
melty and bubbly and really, really hot. So the reason it's supposed to be made with the raclette tool or on the fire is because you want to get like a crispy exterior.
Okay.
Which we don't have here because we put it in the oven, and it wasn't necessarily direct heat. So I'm gonna try to
Torch it.
and torch it.
Okay.
Also never done this before.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Definitely don't try this at home, and don't tell the Swiss people about this because they will not like this.
And this is something that I'm assuming you would use bread with, or like something.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
So the same
I
bread.
think I'm getting the hang of this.
You are.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Do you want to be my apprentice?
Yes. I will be your sous chef.
Dip it in.
Ooh.
Careful, it's probably really hot. Wait for it to cool a bit. Okay, I'm not gonna take my bite now. I'm gonna leave this here.
It's really good though.
Wallah.
Yeah, it's really good though. It reminds me of like a really cheesy burger. Do they use this on burgers?
Sometimes.
They use this on burgers.
Yeah. So now we're gonna try a brie. which is very
I love Brie.
mild. Yeah,
I love
think
Brie.
even people who don't like cheese
Have to like
a
Brie.
good Brie. Absolutely. Actually, with this one, I have a special surprise for you.
For me?
Yes.
Ooh, bring out the surprises.
So this is a drinking vinegar. It's only produced in a specific place in Germany that makes the vinegar drinkable. So this one is called, I think, How Butterflies Dream.
Ooh, okay, it looks like honey.
It does, it's a little syrupy. So I thought, because of maybe the acidity in it, it might help cut some of the fattiness of the Brie. So we'll try it once on its own.
Tastes like apple cider vinegar. Wait, just like a sip. I think I'm just telling myself that it's vinegar.
Forget that it's vinegar.
Forget that it's vinegar. It tastes like apples.
Do you like it with the cheese? I'm gonna take that as a no. So our next surprise. So this is a Tete de Moine. It is a Swiss cheese, and Tete de Moine means head of the monk because when you slice through it like this, the inside looks like the bald head of a monk.
Wow.
And smell it. It's a very stinky cheese. There's a specific way to eat this. There's a machine called a griol. So put in here.
Oh wow.
And just have to push it down firmly into place. And then this will cut the cheese into these little florets.
I'm satisfied.
And this
looks like cabbage.
On the one hand, reduces the amount of rind on the cheese, so it's not as like smelly or pungent. And when you taste the cheese now, it has a very meaty texture.
This is cheese.
There's cheese.
This is cheese. If cheese was cheese,
it would be this.
It would be this cheese.
And a lot of these cheeses are still made in the traditional way. So this one, the Tete de Moine, it is a protected cheese. So it must be made in a specific region of Switzerland using the same techniques that they used when they invented the cheese.
Okay.
So the same thing goes with Comte, with Manchego, with Ossau Iraty. It's all very protected and you can't make it anywhere.
Okay.
It has to be made in a specific region where the cheese was invented. Oh, it's flying everywhere. So usually I tend to pair this with something more savory, just because I feel like it is a little bit meaty. Okay. So if you want, you can try it with some salami or even
this is halal.
Olives, of course. Everything here is halal.
Okay, so salami with cheese. Let's make a little sandwich. No, I like this.
It complements like the meaty flavor of the cheese.
This is good. It really does complement it. Moving forward.
Yes.
Last and least or not least?
Actually last and least.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's last in terms of quality, in terms of, how the cheese world would place it, just because as I told you, this is not a traditional cheddar, it's a factory made Irish vintage cheddar.
No hate to the Irish. I love the Irish.
Yeah, no hate to the Irish.
I love everything about Ireland, the people, the sweetest people.
It's a factory cheese, so any factory cheese will always come last.
So this is Kraft.
This would be the closest things to Kraft, definitely.
Okay. This is not last.
Last in terms of quality of cheese.
Okay, then I'm just an idiot because.
Yeah, but your flavor is good. And I chose it because
this is so good.
This is a supermarket cheese, but this is a supermarket cheese that I eat and that I buy.
Are you calling me basic?
In the cheese world, maybe.
I might be basic in the cheese world, but I think the typical person, the average person, would love this.
Would love this, yeah. No, it's sharp without being overpowering.
The Irish win again.
So, what's your number one cheese?
The one that finished last.
Really, the cheddar. So cheddar's 10 out of 10.
I feel like I'm a bit basic to say that, so I'm gonna say my favorite cheese is the one with the most interesting name.
The Ossau Iraty.
The Ossau
And then
Iraty.
what comes second?
The Spanish one,
The Manchego,
Manchego, and then the Brie,
then the Brie,
and then
then the cheddar.
the Cheddar. Okay, fine.
Oh, so you dropped it all the way down to like 4.
I feel like just because we have to now. You know? I'm feeling so much peer pressure. Like, I'm such an idiot for loving this. And this one.
Hey, I shouldn't have put it. It was kind of a trap for you. I knew you would like it the most.
I'm like the rat, you know? The rat who. This was the mouse trap. And you trapped me because I loved it. Besides that, I think overall I had a wonderful experience.
Amazing. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for the invite.
I mean,
Thanks for having me.
always.
Love it.
You want some cheddar with me?
Let me take some cheddar. I'll put it in my pocket.